Well, good evening, everybody, from Einar Anderson Stadium in Minnetonka for the first game of the section championship here. Minnetonka hosting Lakeville Panthers. I'm joined in the booth who will be replacing Peter Amstutz tonight, Pat Becker. We got a dark out going here in Minnetonka before the start of the game. We'll give you a little bit of stats. We'll give you a little bit of color on what's going on. These particular teams going to be pretty well matched. Minnetonka fairly young, and Lakeville North probably slightly younger. A 4 and a 5 seed here going to face off in the beginning of the section here. It should be a heck of a game.
Lakeville North has 6 sophomores starting tonight.
Lots of and here comes your Minnetonka Skippers. Let's go through some sort of the journey a little bit on how these guys got to these places, and we'll start out with Lakeville's kind of route to this particular seed. It is a absolutely gorgeous late fall night that's probably playing a little bit earlier in terms of temperature. Maybe it's a late September night in terms of weather. We will take a break for our national anthem, but before we do that, we'll give you the route that Lakeville got here. They opened up against Eastview with a win, 42-13. Their next 5 games, Lakeville North dropped. They lost to Lakeville South, 0-34. They lost to Rosemont. They lost to Prior Lake. They lost to Shakopee. Then they lost to Edina. After that, they got back on the winning track. They got a 14-13 victory over Farmington and finished strong against Forest Lake, 31-14. We will pause for our national anthem and be right back.
Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Einar Anderson Stadium for tonight's Section 6 Game 1 playoff matchup.
Well, Pat, what are you thinking about tonight's matchup, and any keys to the game in your mind?
Well, ironically, this is the first time that Lakeville North has ever faced Minnetonka. There's only 2 other 6A teams they haven't faced before, and they're Brainerd and Coon Rapids. Lakeville North plays in a really tough conference, the Metro Gold South, where it features some of the state's best teams. Their record may show that they're under 500, but they're going to be a really tough opponent for Minnetonka tonight.
Well, I couldn't agree more, Pat. I think it'll be a physical game. Their conference, I think they're 1 win in conference, right? But end up being 3 and 5 overall. but nonetheless, a very different experience in terms of who they're playing on a day-to-day basis. You know, Lakeville North won the state championship in 2018.
Yes, they did.
They got 3 others besides that one. So they certainly are a community that knows how to win. Their head coach has got a tremendous record, so this should be a heck of a game.
And coming off a big win against the number 8 team in the state, Forest Lake, and beat them handily.
Right. Signature win after, and you know, they had won the game before that, but they had dropped 5 in a row. That's a strong way to finish. Anyway, we'll get a minute. We'll get the starters going here for Minnetonka. The kickoff is probably a minute or 2 away. I didn't hear whether we are receiving. Did you catch that, Pat?
I didn't catch that, no.
Well, we'll go with the defense. On defense for Minnetonka, the number 2 defensive end, Aiden Boley. Number 90, junior Luke Larson. The defensive tackle, number 55, John Boberg, junior. One of the captains, senior, number 75, Jack Lewinsky. At the linebackers, number 53, Robbie House, junior. One of the sophomores starting for Minnetonka, number 40, Dylan Hudgens. Machi Bodie, number 41, another sophomore starting. Isaiah Harris, number 24. Tobias Williams, number 36, starting at the safety spot. The corners, number 21, Hudson Poole. And then Cosmo Guion, number 8, one of the captains. And here we go, folks, for the kickoff.
High school football Friday night, first round of the playoffs. Doesn't get any better than this, Roger.
Nope, Pat, it doesn't. By the way, they've been telling Sibylla now to directionally kick. Got a little intel on that today, so I would expect this one not to go deep in the end zone, but to be at the 1 or 2 yard line so that there was a run back. Minnetonka feels like they're, well, how about that for wrong?
He did what he always does. He booted it out of the end zone.
Sure. Go ahead, you wanna?
Go ahead and talk about the starters for Lakeville North. We've got Sam Nolan, number 10 at wide receiver. We've got Lane Johnson, number 83 at wide receiver. Left tackle, Cormac Dwayne, who's the team captain. Left guard, Connor Pop. Center, Michael Anderson. Right guard, Carter Crawford. The right tackle, Tate Anderberg. The tight end, Antonio Menard. The halfback, Cam Schmezel. Running back, Sawyer Wilkie. Fullback, number 21, Blake Krause. And quarterback, number 4, Riley Grossman.
Well, Pat, the Panthers come out in kind of a single setback, 3 receiver bunch to the left side. Under center, handoff right up. Nope, got to fake it, play action. Got a man, complete. Out of bounds, close to that first down.
Big first play for Lakeville North for the first down.
We, as a defense, haven't seen that sort of a formation a lot this year, and it'd be interesting to see how we adjust to that bunch on one side with a single setback and play option. So it is a first down for the Panthers. They move, they're on the 32-yard line, just getting underway at 11:54 here. Gonna pass again, got a man deep. Huge completion.
Looks like that's
Minnetonka says they wrestled it away. They're gonna rule him down, I believe.
Yep, I believe that's going to go back to Lakeville North. Number 10, Sam Nolan on the catch. That's 2 passes in a row for Lakeville North. Start the game.
Well, a sophomore quarterback threw it pretty well, and Minnetonka on their heels in the early going here, Pat. A little timeout. It's going to be a referee's timeout. It's an injury timeout, and it's the wide receiver, number 10, Sam Nolan, had taken a knee, and the trainer's out taking a look at him then. It gives Minnetonka a little chance to regroup here. A little bit of a shocking first couple of plays.
Big first 2 plays to start this game. Hopefully the coaches can get him dialed in. Lakeville North tonight on offense, featuring 4 underclassmen, 3 sophomores, and 1 freshman starting on the offensive line. Young team.
Right side. Najee Nelson on the carry, Pat, and he's going to get about 5, bring up a second and about 5. Ball is on the 28-yard line.
5-yard gain on the play brings up second down, 5 yards to go for Lakeville North. Second and 5 for the 23-yard line.
Looks like the Panthers are going to maybe make some rotation because Najee was not starting. Handoff left side. This time Minnetonka not fooled.
Excellent job filling the hole, stopping the momentum. This is a big 3rd down, Roger.
Well, Luke Larson came in there hard, Pat, and stopped him for no gain. So absolutely couldn't agree more. 3rd and 5. They're already in Minnetonka territory on Minnetonka 23-yard line. I'd be surprised if they didn't throw the ball here, Pat.
Well, they've had success this drive. Let's see
Very
what they do.
strong right side imbalance line, Pat. They're going to run it to the right, and it's going to be very close. See where they mark
Looks
that.
like they may have stopped him. It looks like they've stopped him.
Well, and here's what I say to Peter in the booth. In high school football, anything inside about the 30 is kind of 4-down territory. And so Minnetonka brings in big number 99. That's Jackson Woodley. And they've got kind of their goal line defense, but they stopped them well short here, really 4th and 2.
They've got the big line in. Jack Lewinsky at nose tackle. They mean business.
Well, Grossman has been under center every play. Handoff right side. I think we're going to have a flag. Well, you're really hoping for a illegal procedure or a false start here, and I think we're going to get that.
Great job by the defense holding. Looks like we're switching out the defensive package for long yardage situation.
Well, and you know what? The Panthers are switching out their offense. They brought in, I think we'll see that bunch left and see if they don't throw to the left side of the field. 4th and 7, 9:55 left in the first quarter. Oh, they're going to kick a field goal, Pat.
Look
Or
at
they're,
this.
I don't know what that is, frankly. Yeah, that is. The kick is up, and it is good.
Oh, just good by a couple yards. Good kick.
37-yard kick. So in high school football, that's a pretty spectacular kick.
Minnetonka's going to have to be aware of that weapon.
Well, they are. And, the way they lined up, that holder was pretty deep for me. And I didn't really see it right away. And the Panthers get on the board at the 9:49 mark, 3-0. Minnetonka will get the ball after the kick and see what their offense can do.
Minnetonka, it looked like they were going to get rolled on that drive, but they firmed up there at the end and made a few key stops.
Well, and I think you're absolutely right on that one. It looked like, holy smokes, we're going to be down 7-0. And for the defense to hold, again, albeit maybe helped with a penalty a little bit, come away from that opening drive, 3-0, probably not a bad spot to be in.
Not a bad start at all. Defense has to be feeling better about themselves after that.
Well, Riswig, their kicker, looks like he's got a leg. Let's see what he does on the kickoff here. Oh, he kicks a little pooch onside kick. Covered by the second line and tackled right away, barring but you know what? Going to have a good field position to start there.
Minnetonka starts out with great field position for their first possession.
They do, and you know what? Antonio Zulu, 42 on that one, and that makes a big difference.
GDK contributes on the special teams
Well, Milos here in shotgun formation. Typical formation, hands off. We're guessing that's Roman Johnson.
Big run up the middle to start the game.
So Johnson for a nice gain of 5 on first down. We get a little break in the action. We'll give you the offensive starters for Minnetonka. And Tony is calling it 4, and I'd tell you it's a long 4 here. Milos, the junior quarterback in shotgun formation. Johnson is single setback. Here it is again, big hole. I thought he might get more than that one.
It looked like he was going to explode through it, but big holes by the offensive line to start the game.
Panthers closed pretty quickly there. So they do get the first down, Pat. So a brand new set of downs for Minnetonka.
First and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Oh, boy. Well, that one's going to come back. I think that's going to be a false start, Pat.
Looks like they weren't on the same page there. The receivers took off. The line held strong.
And, you know, tonight's game will be really a game of who makes less mistakes. And not really a lot of magic to that comment other than mental mistakes really, you know, affect down and distance, and you can't have that.
You know, even though their records are different, these two teams appear to be fairly equal.
Well, 4 and a 5 seed, not. And you'd have to suggest that the Panthers conference is probably ranked a little bit harder than ours.
Yep, I would agree.
And, you know, they finished the season strong, and I expect a heck of a game here.
Strength of schedule matters, and these conferences
Well, it does.
Can be very different. And the Southern Conference is a tough battle to get through.
Oh, yeah.
You know, well, we got a break here. Why don't we quick go through the starters for Minnetonka tonight? We've got Milos Spazojevic at quarterback, Roman Johnson starting at running back. At wide receiver, we got Jordan Thompson, Ben Schuster, Duke Richardson, and Zach Steinges. On the offensive line, we have Luke Speedling, Cal Worley. As offensive guards, senior Dylan Sinekin and senior Dakota Eger. And our center, senior Jack Lewinsky.
Well, Minnetonka with a very prolific offensive line here. 1st and 15. Ball at the 38-yard line. Milos hands off. Johnson left side. Got a little room. Going to get back to the original line of scrimmage plus a couple.
Continue to get in the backfield past that first line. Excellent blocking by the line.
You know you have a good line, Pat, when you have a number of captains with Sinekin and Eggert and Lewinsky, you know, captains, right? So makes a big difference.
And I believe the entire line is returned from last year. Is that right, Roger?
I think it is,
yes.
Yeah.
Having 3 seniors on the offensive line is a big deal.
Right, it is. Second and about, oh, boy. Another mental mistake now. Pat, here I'm going to say maybe, no, you know what? I was hoping for encroachment, as you can imagine, but
yeah, it looks like a false start.
It does. So now 2 false starts in the same drive here. We did get the 5 back on the nice run to the left side by Roman Johnson, but you hate to have second and call it 14.
That's a net 0 gain as far as I'm concerned, Roger.
Yeah. Jordan Thompson checks in here at the receiving corps. Minnetonka pretty gifted at the receivers this year as well, Pat.
A couple young receivers. Duke Richardson, a sophomore. Jordan Thompson, a junior.
Richardson split wide to the right. Radar defense, another one. So periodically when Clough was here and a D coordinator, Pat, he would do that. I'm not going to tell you where I'm coming, kind of. He used to call it radar defense, right? And
I remember the radar defense.
do you? You remember?
And
you know, that threw us off a little bit here. And so now we've got 3 false starts on the same drive. That one I predicated on really kind of the way the defense looked like they were coming, and Minnetonka not used to that. So
dug ourselves a big hole here.
we have second down and 18. Now the ball back to the 35. Milos, shotgun, hands off. Johnson, nice hole, gets about 7 probably. almost to the original line of scrimmage.
The line continues to push hard. If we can just keep the penalties away. Looks like 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I've been pretty close.
Yep.
And 6:24 left in the first quarter. Minnetonka down 3-0. Richardson going to split wide to the right. Schuster to the left. Milos single. Nope. Now a man in motion. Looks like a jet sweep. Could be a screen. Milos is going to run the ball. Oh, boy.
Good run, but nowhere near enough for the first down.
Right.
It looked like the pocket collapsed a little quicker than they would have liked, and the receivers just weren't open.
And I think he wisely said, I'm going to get some yards. He's not a running quarterback, per se.
Yeah,
You know, I know he fancies himself a pocket passer. And so Minnetonka here on their first drive with a lot of penalties is going to punt from a couple of yards short of midfield.
Keegan Zabilla doubles as the punter and the place kicker.
It's in the gene pool. Zabilla's punt is a shorter, good hang time. Takes a Minnetonka bounce, going to get fielded, and he wisely falls on it.
Good punt, excellent punt coverage, and good field position for the defense, Roger.
So their running back, Sawyer Wilkie, is the guy that they have deep for that. And we'll see here, after the Panthers came out pretty hot, what kind of to expect here. Jackson Woodley checks in again, so we've got more of a thicker offensive line here. Minnetonka clearly thinking run on this unless somebody's hurt. Grossman under center. Quick little shuttle pass, and nicely defended by Minnetonka. Oh, maybe there's a fumble, Pat.
And they're saying the ball was down. Cosmo Guion on the tackle. Excellent open field tackle.
Again, Guion, the other captain that's on defense, he cut him down right at the, well, there was a 2-yard gain, but great open field tackle by Cosmo.
I think he tackled him at the line of scrimmage, and he fell forward for 2 yards.
There you go.
Big night in Minnetonka. It's Halloween night for the student section.
All right. Under center, Grossman. Hands off. And I'll tell you what, smothered, absolutely smothered by Minnetonka. I know Luke Larson was there. It's hard to Boley and Larson on those tackles for no gain.
Looked like Dylan Hudgens, the sophomore, number 40, might have been in on that as well.
Well, see if that bunch to the one side comes up and play action. Nope.
Pretty even formation.
Yep.
Big third down for Minnetonka. Back to pass.
Gonna pass. Gonna be a screen. And a nice tackle. 31 and 40, which is Hudgens and, of course, Williams on the stop. Gonna be short, so Minnetonka's defense stiffens up on that second drive.
Picking up where they left off on the last drive. It looks like they figured this out, so let's keep this going.
Real early to make this prognostication, Pat, but it seems like the Panthers are maybe a better passing team than they're running between the tackles, right? Had very little success between the tackles.
Quarterback Riley Grossman, he looks like he's been doing this for a while.
Well, he's the punter, and he's not very deep.
Short kick.
Fielded at about the 49.
Excellent return by number 21, Hudson Poole.
So Poole on the return for 5 or 6. Minnetonka will bring in the offense inside Lakeville territory.
Early on in the season, Hudson Poole's been a starter on defense, but they seem to have been featuring him more with the ball as the season has gone on.
Absolutely. He's been all over the place. We called his number a lot this year. 2 receivers set to the left, tight end on the right.
More movement on that line.
Handoff, Johnson, big, he lost the ball. Now there's a flag. It looks like Lakeville's going to recover the fumble, and frankly, Pat, I'd be shocked if that flag's not a holding.
I think it is a holding call.
And
it looked like number 70, Dylan Sinekin, might have grabbed some jersey on the way.
Declined, and it'll be, and some guy got a hand on that thing as he was going through the hole, and it's too bad he had a little room there. So the first turnover of the night really kind of nullifies a nice defensive stance for Minnetonka, and it'll be 1st and 10 Panthers at their own, call it 37.
The skipper's line continues to build big holes for the running backs.
Right, you can be sure that when the defense has gone to the sideline now, their offense come out, their D quarter is going to be saying, hey guys, they can't run that easily up the middle on us. So Grossman, the sophomore quarterback, been under center all night long. Najee Nelson, the single setback, he's got the ball off the right side, flag on the play, gain of 8, 2 flags on the play.
That's going to be a hold on number 68 on Aiden Boley. He knew it happened.
Yeah.
He knew it was coming. He's shaking his head.
68 for them is listed at 300 pounds, so shouldn't really need to hold, but nonetheless, it'll be a hold. It'll bring back to the about 25-yard line. So that's a 10-yard spot foul, so it'll end up being 1st and 15. That's not right either.
That looks like 1st and 20 from
Yeah,
there.
it does. So the scoreboard, not completely accurate at this point. We're at 2:23. The Panthers up over Minnetonka 3-0. Grossman under center, motion to the right. Pitch, right side. Nice hole. Going to be brought down, but not until he gets about 12 to 15 yards. Going to be a 2nd and about 8, Pat.
Lakeville North showing a balanced offense here. Starting out throwing, but really going to the run now.
Well, and you know what? I think that they, and again, maybe they're just trying to keep you honest, but ran up the middle a little bit. Not a lot of success, and now looks like they're more content to get to the edges a little bit. Little hurry up here. Grossman under center. Pitch again. This time Minnetonka. Cosmo all over that.
Big tackle by number 2, Aiden Boley. The senior coming
Aiden?
from the opposite side, defensive end.
Boley. I called that wrong. I thought that was Cosmo.
I got recently a new glasses prescription, Roger. I could see much better than before.
And what you're saying is maybe I ought to check out the ophthalmologist.
They say you should do that every year.
Well, there you go. Grossman under center. Got an offset eye. He's going to roll out and pass. Right over the middle. Thread the needle.
Between 4 Minnetonka defenders.
Unbelievable pass.
Excellent throw.
Very nice pass. Lane Johnson, the receiver that caught that. Minnetonka had him in a pretty tough 3rd down situation. Can't suggest there wasn't enough.
They had the blue jerseys.
Right.
Riley Grossman to Lane Johnson, the sophomore connection for Lakeville North.
Yeah.
These two don't look intimidated at all by varsity football this year.
No. Young, but kind of came up through the school of hard knocks. Played a lot of tough teams as we talked about. Grossman brings him out, got a man in motion to the right. I formation, dropped the ball. That one's going to get recovered by Lakeville, but bad center exchange there and loss of about a yard.
It looks like this first quarter is filled with some nerves between penalties and turnovers.
Well, and we're leading in penalties now with 3-1 series on the false start. But a couple of mistakes by each of the clubs. And that will become the end of the first quarter. So the score after 1 is Minnetonka 0, the Panthers from Lakeville 3. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. Got a man, first down. Grossman's pass to Lane Johnson again,
Back
Pat.
to number 83.
And doesn't miss a beat. Taddy on the coverage.
Pass game continues to be strong for Lakeville North. We need some pressure on the quarterback. He's getting rid of the ball really fast, but we need some disruption on that line.
Well, agreed. A nice sack would be good. So Minnetonka now, or I should say the Panthers, on Minnetonka's 36-yard line. Grossman under center, motion to the right side, I formation behind him, hands off to the second back, and I'll tell you what.
Excellent tackle.
Tremendous tackle. Harris on the stop there, and gain of only 1.
The defensive backfield's doing an excellent job coming up to the line and making tackles today.
Very much teams are feeling each other out still here. Second and about 8, just shy of the 40. Grossman now working with a, looks like a slightly offset eye. Hands off to the first back this time. Big hole for him. So their power back getting out to beyond the 30.
Sawyer Wilkie, the junior, number 41 on the run.
Sawyer Wilkie, number 41, and he was listed as their starter. So they've platooned a little bit as it relates to the backfield.
Little trickery tonight by the Lakeville North student section, sitting on the opposite side of the visitor stand. Always something different here.
Third and short, looks like a big power run. It's going to be a pass. He's got pressure this time, and a nice, it bobbled, but couldn't bring it in. That was intended to Sawyer. I could not catch the coverage, Pat. Could
number
you see?
35, Jack Taddy, on the tackle.
Nice job, Jack.
He lost him for a moment, but recovered nicely with a big, fast, hard hit. Knocked the ball loose.
This would be a 43, I think. So this is I'm guessing they're just going to go for it, Pat, and not kick a field goal.
It looks like the quarterback is in.
Yeah.
Sawyer Wilkie in the backfield. He looks like he can get a yard or two. He's a big boy.
Second back, it is Wilkie, and he's going to get around the edge and to get more. He's going to get down to about the 12, Pat.
He is deceptively fast. He hit that corner hard. Looks like Minnetonka was expecting it up the middle. Linebackers pinched in.
So first down for the Panthers. The White Hats having a conversation with Mark Esch, and I don't know if that's like a scoreboard issue or what.
I heard some people in the crowd yelling about the scoreboard.
Could be, and he won't let this one start when he's way over here on the 30. So at the 9:45 mark, Lakeville Panthers knocking on the door. First and 10 from the 12. sometimes at 25. Now they're going to kind of go, hey, take a little break. We're going to start over a little bit here. Not really sure what that was, but. So 1st and 10, Pat, from the 12. Grossman under center. Now he's got a single setback. Motion this way. Nope. Turns around. Gonna.
Another penalty on the
Now
play.
I think that one is going to be a legal shift or legal procedure on Lakeville. I think he turned north upfield before the ball was snapped. But interesting kind of a motion where he goes laterally and then takes a hard stop and goes this way.
Something we've never seen before.
Well, we haven't. I haven't. At least Bodie's checking in for Minnetonka. Checking out is number 97, Ryan Olson, the big 260-pound D lineman. So Minnetonka thinking maybe something more in the passing department on this play. Panthers in kind of a hurry up. Not much of a huddle here. This one's a give off the right side and stopped a couple of, Aiden Boley on the stop for just a couple. In-house. Boley in-house, make a nice stop. Brings up a enviable down and distance for the defense. Call it 2nd down and about 15, Pat.
Boley, a senior, in his last playoff run. His motor's running full speed tonight, Roger.
Well, it is win or lose, win and go home, lose or go home. Here we go. This one's a pitch to the right side. Got great coverage there from the safeties and the corners.
The D-backs continue to tackle well tonight and contain.
House again there, and 3rd and 10. Lakeville could still get a 1st down at the 2, but 13 coming in.
Well, this is where having that good kicker comes into play.
Well, you'd certainly think it would be hard-pressed to not get out of here with 3 if you're Lakeville, but it's 3rd and 10. I'm sure they're looking for more. 7:42 and counting, 3-0 Lakeville North here. Big 3rd down play. Grossman under center, motion to the left side. He's going to throw it, but he's got pressure this time. And broken up, and frankly, good thing he didn't get there. Broken up nicely. Minnetonka on the coverage. Hudgens.
Looked like safety blitz by number 41, Malachi Bodie. Put on enough pressure to get the quarterback out of sorts.
Well, he
didn't make a good pass.
You know what? He overthrew that ball, and so here comes the kicker, Pat. And given what we saw, this should be a chip shot. But guess what? In high school, the long snap, the hold, never automatic. So the ball's on the 12. Oh, it's a fake.
Looks like a fake.
Got a man in the end zone. I think he's out of bounds, Pat. They call it a touchdown. Well, you know what they say about trick plays? The guy who uses his first wins. So Minnetonka hoping that's not, in fact, the case.
Looks like we may have to pull one out later, Roger.
Well, a
fantastic play by Lakeville North.
Absolutely.
Excellent pass. There was no room to miss on that pass. We had decent coverage on the play, but he just made a perfect pass.
Now the point after try. A little bit of a low snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So at the 7:20 mark of the 2nd quarter, Minnetonka in a bit of a hole, 10-0.
Mistakes and turnovers, Roger.
Well, right, Pat.
In the playoffs, they will hurt you.
You know what? It's do or die, and I'm a fan of using that trick play early on. And in that situation, I got to be honest with you. Sometimes you can smell the coffee. Not a clue. How about you?
No idea that was going to happen. That was a bold call by the coach.
Yeah. Well, and I think their holder is their quarterback.
That would explain the good pass.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't mind seeing a Fumblerooski or a Statue of Liberty play tonight. What do you think?
I'd love it. I'll tell you what I'd like to see is a I'm trying to think what Wyzetta did to us years ago on a kickoff. Trying to think what I can't remember. For whatever reason, it's not connecting. But
well, we'll see what Coach Ash and the team have in store. Down 10-0, 7:20 in the first quarter.
Hook and ladder is what I was thinking.
The hook and ladder.
The old hook and ladder. Now he did a bounce one. This one he's going to kick. Fielded at about the 9. Wow. And hit really hard.
Boy, he's lucky he held on to the ball.
Yeah,
there.
he is.
Big high hit.
Really
Good job.
high.
Good job holding on to the ball.
Right. That was a tremendous effort by senior captain Guion. Well, Minnetonka's got their work cut out for it. Really an important drive to get some points out of.
Student section poking fun at Minnetonka. Lakeville North fans excited.
Well, up 10-0, you would be too. Milos, shotgun formation. Roman Johnson deep with him to his left. Hands off to Johnson, right side. Again, decent yards. Johnson's averaging 4.9 a carry, Pat. And what do you know on that play? You got about 5.5.
He's a slasher, Roger.
He is.
He hits that hole hard.
He does. And I think he has what I call deceptive speed. Doesn't look like he's going super fast, but he's moving. So second and call it a long 4. Milos Jr. hands again to Johnson. Nice yards. Going to get about 3 on that one. Bring up an enviable third and about, well, actually third and less than 1, Pat.
Hard run. Fought through some tackles on that one here and every yard.
And maybe he's got a little extra vim because, you know, he had that fumble, and he had some nice yards. Guy reached his hand in there, got the ball out. Johnson again on the short yardage situation, and that'll move the sticks. Jordan Thompson checking in for Minnetonka. You know what we haven't seen a lot of? Passing for Minnetonka.
I don't believe they've passed the ball yet.
Yeah, that might be right. And, you know, Minnetonka typically a very balanced 50-50 run pass, and actually a little heavier shaded on the pass. Here we go. Milo shotgun, 2 receivers set to the left. Kind of a radar defense. Fakes it, goes over the middle, got a man wide open.
Passing.
Called his number all year.
Roger, are you sure you aren't mic'd into the offensive coordinator?
Well, Pat, we've done a lot of passing, and our passing game has been our strength. And, you know, I'm going, we haven't passed a bit.
Excellent
Actually,
play.
Lisa, by the way, Lisa said, hey, haven't done any passing yet. So my spotter in the booth with me, Lisa, was helpful enough to kind of bring that up to our attention here.
We call her the brains of the operation.
Well, it's how it goes. We know that. Milos, hands off, left side. This time he gets cut down for really no gain. Nice tackle on the play by Menard.
Really one of the first times we've seen them in the backfield.
Came in from the other side and just didn't get blocked. So brings up a 2nd and 9, Pat.
Duke Richardson, number 81, the sophomore, has had a fantastic year.
He has, and he's going to split out wide to the right.
Three down linemen.
Yep. They're looking for
He's
pass
back.
here.
Good block.
Good block. All alone.
Excellent block by number 27, Roman Johnson. Great throw and catch by number 12, Bennett Worry.
Yeah. Well, and he was lined up in the slot next to Richardson, and I think they were looking at Richardson, and he was wide open, Pat. Really a critical drive to get 7 points on.
First and 10 from the 21-yard line.
Minnetonka just outside the red zone. 2 receivers set to the left. Richardson and Worley again. Same combo, other side. Handoff. Wow.
He
Johnson-
carried 2 ball players. He carried 2 tacklers with him.
Not going down easy is junior
1-yard gain on the play. Second and 9.
Roman Johnson.
Continues to be the workhorse tonight.
He does. So again, Worley and Richardson split out wide to the right. Milos, single setback to his right. Oh boy, you know
Here
who
we
wants
go
72
again.
wants that one back. That's
Here-
Dakota Eggert.
The senior.
Yeah, and training and instinct's hard. You know, when those guys are doing that kind of thing, it'll tend to throw you off. But we cannot do that again.
Penalties continue to kill us. Hopefully we can get past this. Looks like 2nd and 15, 2nd and 14.
Really changes down in distance, Pat, and you know, almost and again gives the defense going. Well, you know, we think they're going to pass here. Now a little screen wouldn't be a bad call right here to Johnson, out in one of the flats here. But again, similar lineup, radar defense, nobody down.
Big
Fake,
rush.
got a man, immediately tackled, going to get back beyond the line of scrimmage.
That was
But
a
it-
long crossfield, dangerous pass.
Yes, it
That
was.
ball stayed in the air for a long time.
And that defender was absolutely on top of him. If that's thrown anywhere to the right or the left,
Could have been a pick 6.
you bet. Jordan Thompson checks out. So it's 3rd and 10, 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the half.
Third down, 3rd and 10 for the 21-yard line.
So Worley and Richardson split wide. This time Worley split wider to the right. Look for something over the middle with Richardson. They're showing blitz here. This time maybe they encroached. It's offsides. What do you know?
Boy, the lines are really going back and forth.
They are. And that is the you know, the rule in high school football is that you can't penetrate that neutral zone, and there's no getting back like on a Saturday or a Sunday. So that one catches Lakeville on the wrong side of the coin, and it'll be 3rd and 5 now. 2:11 and counting left in the half. Minnetonka down 10-0.
A lot of intensity on the line.
Well, there is.
A lot of snarling and growling.
It is a very physical contest so far. We might have a clock, you know, and so now the 25-second clock is not lit. And so I'm sure that we have some technical difficulty for some reason. And so they're either going to say, hey, look, if we don't fix that, we're going to keep it. But if you're on offense, you sure like to be able to see that. Here we go.
You know, Roger, here at Minnetonka, we have one of the top scoreboard technician crews in the country. I'm sure they're working hard to get that fixed.
Absolutely. Milos in shotgun. 3rd, 5 to go. He looks intercepted. Intended for Richardson.
Big,
Now,
big
I'm not
athletic play by number
Well,
one.
he just
Captain
stepped in
Najee
front
Nelson.
of that, and it was just a great defensive play. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't let him run it out. I mean, he was running it out, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It is a touchback after the interception, so it'll be 1st and 20 for the Panthers. But that's a tough turnover, Pat.
In high school football, when a turnover is made in the end zone, it's automatically ruled a touchback,
Okay.
dead ball.
Yeah, I guess I've forgotten that. So it'll be 1st and 20 for the Panthers. See if they're content at 1:59, but I'm going to tell you they're not going to be content. Momentum is a pretty tricky thing here. Minnetonka desperately needs a 4 and out. I would be guessing we'll use some timeouts. Handoff left side. Between the tackles, Minnetonka's been pretty good tonight. Wilkie on the carry, gain of about 2. 1:46 left. It gets to third down, and they got 3rd and 7, Pat. We'll use a timeout. But right now, the Panthers are set to take as long as they can here and see what.
Little shout out to the Minnetonka cheerleading team. My daughter, Megan Becker's the captain this year, senior,
Nice.
4 years. We're hoping this isn't her last game cheering.
I'm on the same page there. Grossman under center, hands off. This time he's going to have a little bit more of a hole, gain of about 4.
They seem to be having success off tackle.
Yeah. Now Minnetonka looks like they're going to take a timeout.
They seem to be having success running off tackle tonight. Between the tackles, not much.
But just to the outside, a little more success. You know, third and 1 with 58 seconds left. I would have liked, you know, clearly you'd like to see 3rd and 5, but
we need a big play from the defense.
well,
here.
you do, and you know, kind of what you're now they've adjusted the clock. It was 58 seconds a minute ago. Now it's 104. So 25-second clock not working, and at this point, Minnetonka would be happy just to find a way to get the ball back and get 3. Now, on 3rd and short, and what looked to be a run up the middle, down in the other end, they went sprint out left. So we'll see if, in fact, these guys, you know, that worked pretty well for them. They got a lot of yards on that play.
Big 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Tonka really needs a stop here.
Grossman hands off right up the middle, and a beautiful stop for
Nothing
no gain.
there. They continue to get punished between the tackles.
They do, and credit number 40, Dylan Hudgens, on the stop there. So Minnetonka will probably take another timeout here, Pete. Lewinsky and Hudgens, I guess.
So did you know this is the 70th year anniversary of Minnetonka football?
I did, in fact. Tony Wixo, who kind of all over stuff like that, he did share that with me.
70 years of history here at this stadium.
That's great.
Proud story program.
It is. So Minnetonka does, Pat, take that timeout. They have 1 left. Got about, well, the clock really, that only took 4 seconds, that play. So 1 minute left in the first half. Minnetonka down by 10. Lakeville going to punt. Be interesting to see if they kind of kick away from the deep man and kind of hope to set us back in a hole.
Still time left to put some points on the board tonight.
I'll tell you what we
Get
had
some
now.
momentum going into the second half where Minnetonka will get the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pete, or Pat, we haven't had a special teams, you know, touchdown that I can remember. Nice block there. Poole
Good return.
gets out of bounds, gets it to the 45-yard line. So, you know, you're going to bring in your 2-minute drill for a minute, and you got a chance to do something here. And Milos has got a rocket for an arm. So I'd look for Minnetonka to throw the ball deep on first down.
Well, you're just going to have to run it twice as fast.
There you go. That's all.
Hudson Poole returns the punt to the 45-yard line, 1st and 10, Minnetonka.
Now Jacob McCullough in on this series.
Jacob McCullough, the senior, has missed the last 3 games with an injury. It's great to see him back in.
It really is.
Getting some time in his senior year. He was excellent in the beginning of the season.
Tremendous season for Jacob. Boom, out and first down, out of bounds.
Can't ask for anything
Nope.
better than that. Clock stopped as we move into Panther territory.
Jordan Thompson, and he little pitch and catch there, and like you said, that's textbook. So first down, stops the clock, only have 1 timeout left, and now inside Panther territory at their 45-yard line.
This is where having a big, strong arm quarterback, Mike Milos, will help.
Absolutely.
Look for Richardson on the left. No safety coverage. He's back now.
Milos looking right, got a man. Same deal, same play. Thompson on the reception, and
Excellent
out of
play.
bounds, first down, clock stopped.
I believe that only took 6 seconds off the clock.
Yeah,
Another first down at the Panthers 35.
and Minnetonka throwing to the short side of the field, and maybe Lakeville thinking something on the wide side. So 2 consecutive Jordan Thompson little down and outs at the first down yardage and get out of bounds. So brings up a first down, Minnetonka at the 35. 42 seconds left in the first half. Milos, pressure, got a man. This one's caught in bounds, so they're
Duke
going to have to
Richardson.
hurry up. They'll stop the clock. Nope, Minnetonka takes their last time out, Pat. I thought,
Smart play by Richardson to come back to the ball as Milos rolled out and got out of that.
right, Milos had to throw against the grain, so to speak. He had rolled a little right. Pretty tough pass, and a little underthrown, as you said. So, heads
Excellent
up play.
job by the
Yeah,
sophomore to come
heads up
back
play.
and get that ball.
So let's talk about that sophomore team.
8-1.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Watched
Cat-
the Wyzetta game.
You
A
did.
little bit of it, yep.
Yeah.
Came here at the end.
Captain Aiden Becker made the sack on 4th down to get the ball back to close the game out.
Was it 8-7 final?
7-6.
7-6. I knew it was at 1 point.
Sophomores beating Wyzetta for the first time ever at that class level.
That's nice.
Very
Well,
proud moment for all of us.
You know what? And for the whole program, and really kind of bodes well for the future of Minnetonka football. The sophomore class is terrific. The junior class is terrific. So
Next year's looking like a good year.
it is. A lot of football to play here tonight, and frankly, enough talent on this team to take a.
We can talk about that after we win the Prep Bowl, Roger.
There you go. Milos, left hash, looking right. Fake, got a man. Perfect throw, unbelievable. Nope, they're going to say
He dropped it.
he dropped it, but he
Laser
was,
beam of a pass.
and he was threading the needle there, and I think the ball was really there. Maybe got deflected, but it does stop the clock. Second down.
I think there were 3 Panther jerseys within 6 inches of that ball.
It was a laser. And the only reason he maybe didn't, he might have been screened a little bit like a hockey goal. He couldn't see the ball coming because there, like you said, 3 Panthers around. Anyway, brings up second down. Worley and Richardson wide right.
McCullough's still in the game.
McCullough's a good blocking back here. Can't really afford to run. Milos down to the 15 with 20 seconds and no timeouts.
No timeouts left.
They're going to have to rush this thing and spike it. Maybe you can get these guys on a little 5-yarder here. He does
looks
wisely
like he
spike it
spiked
with
it.
9 seconds left. Got time for 2 plays, maybe.
Yeah, the sophomores they had their best moment last night.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Ending the season, beating Wyzetta.
Well, not a scheduled game, and so kind of a game that both staffs were willing to do, and they knew what it meant. It's really kind of a futuristic statement by Minnetonka. Hey, you know what? We know that you were a good class. That sophomore class from Wyzetta, very good.
Very good.
Minnetonka's as well. Here we go. Keegan Sabilla set to kick. The kick is up, and it's going to be a little wide left.
No
so
good.
unfortunate.
No good. So Minnetonka walks away with the half with no points on a missed field goal. Only down 10-0. Roger, it looked like it was going to be a lot worse there in the beginning, but the defense pinned their ears back and held them.
And absolutely, Pat, here's the other thing. We're down in the red zone, and we throw a pick in the end zone. So that goes one different way. All of a sudden it's a tie game, but it doesn't go that way. But I would like to think that Minnetonka recognizes, hey, we should be going in 3-0, maybe even tied at 10, had it not been for that pick. So I don't think the kids are going to hang their heads and come out too terribly down. Frankly, a little momentum swing without points, mind you, kind of on the Minnetonka side. Lakeville here going to just take a knee wisely, and that'll be the end of the first half. So your score at the end of the first half is Lakeville North Panthers 10, Minnetonka 0. Don't go anywhere. We got a great game. Come back for the second half. Thanks. Well, we're back, everybody. It's Roger and Pat Becker tonight calling it out for you. And Minnetonka on the short end of the stick at the end of the first half, but they're going to get the ball back, and it's a squib again. This one's going to be fielded at about the 30, and the
Still
pile's
running.
moving.
How about a whistle? There
Yeah,
they are.
really a slow whistle, but
I think the ref still had lunch in his mouth.
he just had a little bit of I think it was a pizza burger, Pat. And
They're really good.
yeah, they are.
Well, Minnetonka with the ball back in the second half hopes to gain some momentum here, only down 10-0. They're, quite frankly, I think they're lucky to be in this game with the amount of mistakes they made in the first half. But nonetheless, still very winnable game for them.
Absolutely. Here we go. Milos in shotgun. I think it's Roman Johnson next to him. Two receivers. Now looked like the line wasn't going, but it sure looked like they got a hole. And again,
Looks like Jacob McCall is in the
so,
game.
My bad. Jacob McCullough. That's a great, it's great to see Jacob. Really did all the heavy lifting from a running back spot in the first 5 games, probably 6.
So
again,
shifty and so good between the tackles.
well, you
It's
know,
good to see him out there.
2-year starter, right? You know. Anyway, 2nd and 10 from the 41 rather. That same radar defense, they don't have a guy with their hand on the ground. Oh, man.
Looks like we've got another flag on the field. And yet
Well,
another false start for Minnetonka.
You can't get 5 yards on first down, Pat, and then give it back on a false start. Tanner Smith checking out, big tight end.
What do you
Really
think-
offensive line,
What
actually.
do you think it is? Is it the defensive movement on the line that's putting us off?
Absolutely. Focus. First of all, nobody's down, right? Nobody's got their hand on the ground. It's that radar defense.
Clef radar defense.
Right. And, a lot of movement that you're not used to when you're there. Milos throws it quick, spun down, gets that 5 yards back, plus 5. Boley. Was it, I think, or was it Jordan Thompson? So
I think that was Jordan Thompson, Roger.
So it's going to be 3rd and call it a long 5. 10:26. Skipper's down 10-0.
Richardson out wide. Haven't seen much of a deep ball to him tonight.
Just that one interception. Here we go. Milos with the arm, looking to his left.
Over
Got
the
a man.
middle.
Oh. Thrown behind him a
Little
touch.
behind him.
Yep. Tell you what you can say about Milos. Not afraid to throw into coverage.
Not at all.
3 guys there. There was an opening. There was a crack in the dike. But
Made some tight throws tonight. Unfortunately,
right.
that one didn't get caught.
No. So really exactly the way you didn't want to open up that kickoff drive with a 3 and out. And Keegan Sabilla will be set to do the punting duties.
Roger, what are you going to be for Halloween this year?
I'd probably just be myself. Sabilla very deep, higher snap, end over end kick, fair catch called for. He
Oh,
dropped
ball
the
on the ground.
ball.
Could it be?
Minnetonka's saying they got it.
Could be a big break for the Skippers.
They need something here.
The Stripes are going to talk it over.
They're not going to. They're going to go the other way on that one, Pat. He caught it with his knees on the ground. Then maybe he drops it, so maybe they're ruling that down. But nonetheless, it's 1st and 10, the Panthers, and they're going to have pretty good field position at their own 35-yard line.
Defense is going to have to come up with another big stop.
And I talked about this a little bit. From a special team perspective, we've not housed anything that I can recall, whether it's a punt return or a kick return.
I believe you're right.
Now, I think we've had a pick 6.
We have, and a fumble return for
Right.
a touchdown as well.
That's right, the scoop and score.
Yep.
We need something like that on the defensive side of the ball. Pitch, right side, pretty big hole there. Decides to cut it in.
Crushing block by number 68.
But we saw him
He's the
before.
300-pounder.
Yeah, he is. He's the guy that caught on that hold, but
Tate Anderberg, he's a junior, right tackle.
yeah.
Excellent block.
So the Panthers come out and try to maintain momentum here. They're up 10-0. 9:36 left in the third quarter. Well, they're lucky they had a flag there because it was a bad center exchange.
Another false start.
False starts apparently contagious here, although Minnetonka leads the category with about 7-2.
A lot of yellow flags filling up that laundry basket.
There is. The Zebras are active tonight, and those are pretty easy calls to make, right? I mean, so here we are, the section, first game of the section. Minnetonka. Grossman rolls to his left, throws. Oh,
Almost
boy.
picked off.
He had that one for about 3/4 of the amount of time he needed to receive that one.
Robbie House, very active tonight, doing a great job flying across the field. I think he wishes he had that one back.
So it's 8:57. Clock is stopped after the incomplete pass that House almost had a chance to pick off. And it is the third quarter. It's 2nd and 15. Grossman under center, motion to the left side. It's a pitch to that same side, and very well defended by Minnetonka. Now they're saying they got the ball. Mark Esch not particularly happy there.
We can't seem to buy a break on these turnovers.
Well, he can't. Lewinsky's checking in here. Ryan Olson from Minnetonka checks out. 3rd and about 13 here. Minnetonka got the Panthers on their heels. Really important third down play, Pat.
Sounds like the cowbells are out in the Skipper crowd, trying to pump up their defense.
Need something to happen here positive if you're a Minnetonka fan. Pitch, left side, reverse. And
that looked like a hold. Good stop regardless.
Cosmo Guion with the diving, slashing tackle to bring that one to a 4th down, likely punting situation.
Defensive backfield continues to tackle well tonight.
Defense has played well.
They have.
And I
They've
like
come up with the stops when they needed to.
I like the call. It's 3rd and 13. You already had one trick play work. Minnetonka not completely fooled, certainly not at all enough to get 13 yards. So the quarterback's the punter.
Riley Grossman doing a little bit of everything.
Got some room. Cosmo coming back,
good return again by Hudson Poole.
Yeah, Poole has been kind of all over the place the last 5 games. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Minnetonka. They'll have good field position. They're at their own 35-yard line. 7:07. Those of the younger viewers will not know that was wasn't that an original jet, the 70, or is that a 727?
707.
707 was one of the early jets. So here we go at the 707
McDonnell
mark.
Douglas.
There we go, Pat.
Blast from the past.
There you go. Milos, shotgun. Roman Johnson in now. Hands off to Johnson. Up the middle. Gain of 11 on 1st down. Minnetonka's really won between the tackles tonight. It appears that they've been able to run, I don't want to say at will, or you'd break one of those, but, whether it was McCullough or Johnson, they've done well.
It feels like they've been getting 5 yards or more on every run up the middle.
Two wideouts to the left, Worry and Richardson. Milos barking out the centers. Calls, fake handoff, play action, got pressure. Got a man deep. Oh, boy.
He wishes he had that one back. He had
does. Yeah, that was a catchable ball
It
in
was.
traffic, but
and it was a rocket.
well, you know,
That was a rocket.
Milos, and I know that Tony Wixel coached him in youth from I think third through, and maybe missed 1 year, and he'd kind of been telling me all along, you gotta watch this guy when he gets to the big dance, and of course, injured as a soph, right?
Tough
Had the
injury.
ACL,
Yeah.
right? But he is he's got a great arm. That's all you can say.
Tough injury for a young man to go through, but
Really hard.
it appears that he's come back and he's playing well and that the knee is healed. We're glad to have him back on the field.
Oh, boy. 2nd and 10. Minnetonka trades to a heavy right package. Screen to Johnson. Going to get back to the line of Summit.
Read very well by Lakeville.
Yeah, it really
North.
was.
Looked like number 47, Reese Hunt, the linebacker. Another sophomore on the Panthers.
6:09 left in the third quarter. Minnetonka yet to get on the board. Really needs to put something together. 3rd and about 11. Clearly a passing situation. We did see a couple of really nice completed fade passes by Milos early in the year. See what Minnetonka's got up their sleeve. Milos shotgun again. Looking to his left.
Big blitz coming.
Airs it out. That one's going to be overthrown. So maybe rushed a little bit, Pat?
Big blitz coming up the middle. Looks like both linebackers came in hot. Milos felt like he had to get rid of the ball. Had a little bit of seam with Richardson, but I think he had to force that.
Yeah. Hard to be super accurate when you got a guy breathing down your neck. So Minnetonka comes out and goes 3 and out on their first 2 offensive possessions. And
We showed flashes.
we have, when you look at Johnson picks up 11 yards on the, and so you kind of go where we're just slightly over 50% pass. It appears that the run would be maybe a higher percentage play right now. So anyway, Keegan Sabilla here set the punt. Be nice to get a rolling kind of non-fieldable punt. This one's a high end over end. Lots of hang time. Takes a Minnetonka bounce.
Great punt by Keegan.
Yeah, it really was.
That puts the defense back on the field again.
Well,
They've been doing a great job tonight.
You know what?
They've been up to the task.
You have to. There's a number of two-way starters on the line, right? So Lewinsky being just one of them, but you want to get your defense a little rest and to have a sustained drive and have some points and not feel like you're under such pressure. But nonetheless, at the 5:29 mark, it is 1st and 10, the Panthers. Ball is inside the 20, marked at about the 18-yard line. They have 2 receivers set, Grossman under center, single setback. He hands off, left side. And again, Minnetonka's defensive line and linebacker core doing a great job limiting him. Zulo on the stop. Well, sometimes I don't always say the same thing that Tony says.
That's why we all love you, Roger.
I'm sure he's right. .450 left in the third quarter. Minnetonka trades their D-line.
A lot of shifting on the line.
Yep. Handoff right
Good
side.
push. Continues to see very little between the tackles for Panthers.
Well, and
Another third down.
third down and call it about a little short of 3, Pete. Pete, Paul, Peter. Wow, there's a lot of
Peter,
P's out here,
Pat, P.
but Pat.
You can just call me PB.
Well, and by the way, and I hope Peter Amstutz, who's our color guy, is listening tonight, and wherever he is out of town, I hope he's having a great time. 3rd and 3, a big play for the defense here late in the third quarter. He's going to throw this one. This one's totally overthrown. Let me a mix-up on the route.
Another big stop for the defense. They continue to keep the Skippers in the game with 4 minutes left.
Yep. So we're at the 4:01 mark. Minnetonka, with a little luck here, is going to get a punt. And again, you got to, this is probably Hudson Poole going to be deep to catch this thing, and you need a little magic in a bottle here, and see if Poole can do something special.
Grossman again with the punt.
This one's going to come up. He's going to have to. Got a little room. He's going to be in Lakeville territory, Pat. You can't ask for a better start to a drive inside your opponent's territory.
We've had good field. The Skippers have had good field position all night.
They have.
With the short kickoffs and the defensive stops. It's time to take advantage.
Well, their style of punting is a pooch punt, right? It's you're not 13 yards back. Your quarterback's 7 yards back. Kicks it off the side of his foot. Probably trying to kick away from whoever's deep. And this is a really kind of a must-have score, whether it's 3 or 6. Here we go. Milos, shotgun. 2 receivers set to the left. Hands off.
McCullough back in the game.
McCullough back in the game. He gets around the corner, scoots out of bounds for a gain of about 3.
Excellent body control to stay up and gain 3 yards after the initial hit.
And now I don't even see the down marker, Pete. Or Pat, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Where's the electronic first down, second down thing?
It looks like the coach just threw it, and it appears to have broken in half.
Nice. Well, there it is. I see it coming back now, and I think they
apparently the Lakeville North guy coach didn't like the spot and broke the down marker.
Well,
Minnetonka's repair crew is on it.
Well, this is the first year we're using those electronic down markers. They're nice.
I did notice that. They're very nice.
Yeah.
They're easy on the ice.
They are. So the clock is stopped here with the down marker electronic snafu.
Looks like they're going to the toolbox for some duct tape and crazy glue.
Well, that can happen. Well, we've had a few, and I talked to Kevin Tim at half, who runs the 25-second clock, and he goes, it just keeps going in and out. So when that happens, they just turn that thing off. And I still don't see that down marker, but.
Kevin Tim is an old family friend of ours.
Is that right?
Kevin Tim was in Rosemont, used to do the scoreboards in Rosemont when my father-in-law, Craig Cusick, was the head baseball coach.
All right.
And Kevin Tim and my father-in-law have been friends for decades.
Oh, my.
And one day we were here at youth football, and there he was, Kevin Tim, walking across the field when my wife and I saw him. And we reconnected. He's
funny.
an asset to the program.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I really enjoy talking to him. Milos, handoff, right up the middle.
Excellent run. Jacob McCullough again.
McCullough moves, after the loss of a couple, first down. And you know what? I'm changing my game plan, Pat. I'm going to run the ball. I'm going to run the ball.
Go with what works until it doesn't work anymore.
Minnetonka with a much-needed first down here in the late goings of the third quarter. We're at the 2:59 mark. We're down by 10, Minnetonka is. And Milos in shotgun. Jacob McCullough back in the game after a couple of weeks off from an injury. Here it is again, McCullough left side. This one's not going to be as prolific.
Still 3 yards on the game.
Right. Well, we've gone to the old-fashioned down marker on that, Pat. Much harder to see.
The old steady.
The old steady.
Always works.
Second down, call it a long 7. Ball's on the 35-yard line. 2:13 left in the quarter. 2 receivers set each side of the ball. Now motion to the right. Throws back to the left. Little screen. Johnson going to get tackled from behind, but not before he's going to have a first down.
We're continuing to grind out the yards. Now we need to sustain it.
Well, I like the call. Milos looks right away. and then throws back to his left on a little screen to Johnson. So that was awesome.
McCullough in the game continuing to provide positive yardage, doing what he does best.
Milos hands off to McCullough up the side. He's got a big hole. Carries about 7 guys with him to about the 12.
Good looking drive by Minnetonka.
Another first down, Pat.
They continue to grind out these long plays.
Well,
5 yards, 10 yards.
you know
Looks
what?
like we're gonna have a timeout.
Lakeville
for the
says
Panthers.
I'd like to talk about that, and you would too if you were coaching the other team. You're going, hey, we feel like we're doing great, and all of a sudden, Minnetonka's got a sustained drive. The ball's on the 12-yard line. It's 1st and 10 at the 12. You can still get a first down, and the ground game is really changed on this drive.
You know, Roger, I want to take a few minutes to talk about the Minnetonka Touchdown Club.
Please do.
The Touchdown Club's 100% funded through the generosity of parents and community supporters of the Minnetonka High School football program. The Touchdown Club's a 501(c) nonprofit organization dedicated to providing the resources to continue our incredible 70-year legacy. But we can't do it without your support. Your gifts help with things like leadership development, player safety, and state-of-the-art facilities. Go to Minnetonka Touchdown Club. Go to MinnetonkaFootball.org to learn more about how you can help today.
Well, and it's an ongoing kind of a process, Pat, and
It takes a village.
it does. So senior Jacob McCullough, methodical and grinding out the yards on this one.
Looks like number
Once
one.
again, this one, now we know why they wanted a timeout.
Looks like the Lakeville North coach switched something up. Maybe he's listening to the broadcast, Roger.
Well, he could be, you know.
Or he could just be watching the game.
We are on YouTube. Might have his phone on the sidelines, Pat, and checking out the broadcast, listening to our incredibly attentive, yes. Oh, yeah, that's right, folks. If you're enjoying the broadcast, even if you're not, please like and subscribe. Here we go, Milos. Handoff. This time it's a fake. He keeps it himself up the middle, inside the 10. Well, Bespoyevich has had a lot of rushing yards, not like a Severson of years past, but when he needs to, he can get it done.
He's just got to fall forward. He gets 5 yards.
Here's the handoff to McCullough, right up the middle.
Close.
Well, they're calling him short.
Calling him at the 1.
The ball looks like it is at the 1. It would be a first down, as I recall. And we've got an injured Panther on the field, so there'll be a timeout in the game. That is the end of the third quarter. So Minnetonka, for the first time in the year, has gone 3 quarters without a score.
It's shocking.
It is. Pretty high-powered offense, great offensive line. But you know what?
Penalties and turnovers.
Well, that's right. You think of the Roman Johnson fumble and you think of the interception in the end zone, really made a difference so far. It'll be 1st and goal from, I think, like you said, Pat, about the 1-yard line.
Oh, we have an upset alert to announce.
I'm ready.
Brainerd is beating Stillwater 21-16 with 7 minutes left to go in the third.
Wow. That's
big news.
That would be a 1 beating an 8,
That'd
you
be
know,
big news.
and or an 8 beating a 1 rather.
Rosemont up on Roseville 50-0. That's an 8 versus a 1.
Well, I got to be honest with you. If Brainerd were to beat Stillwater and Minnetonka was to find a way to come back here, we'd have a second game here.
I'll be here. I'm planning on being here. Are you?
Sure am. Well, Here's the reset of the game so far. Lakeville comes out hot with a real big first drive, and Minnetonka kind of shuts them down a little bit. Minnetonka has a couple of key turnovers to lose the ball on a fumble and a pick in the end zone, but now Jacob McCullough back in the game. We got 12 minutes of play here. First and goal from the 2. Milos hands to McCullough.
He's in.
Minnetonka on the first play of the fourth quarter gets 6.
Excellent drive by Jacob McCullough. Minnetonka was able to carry that one through all the way to the end. No penalties, no mistakes. That's what we need the rest of the game.
And again, we have a really strong passing attack, but that was a primary run drive. Really a critical point after. And this one is up and it's good. So at the 11:57 mark, Minnetonka finds a way to get back into this thing. It's 7-10, and they'll be kicking off. Well, that'd be, and again, if Brainerd could hang on, that's where we sit in that section, and that'd be a absolutely magical surprise and a home game for the Minnetonka Skippers.
Forest Lake up on Egan, 27-0. Not a surprise.
Nope. You know, and I told you earlier, I got a little intel on Zabilla on the kickoffs, right? Sometimes the coaching staff says, hey, we want you to spot kick it so that they can return it. We think we're going to get a better advantage that way. As soon as I tell you that, he kicks it 7 yards deep.
See where it comes up this time.
He certainly got the leg to kick it deep every time.
I bet you he's wishing we had that field goal back.
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Pat. Was thinking the same thing. We'd have a tie ball game here. Nonetheless, we got a lot of time left. We're at the 11:57 mark. Zabilla's kick is up, and it is a deep one that's going to go sailing into the end zone for a touchback. About 6 yards deep.
Well, I'm going to question your intel tonight. He's booting the ball out of the end zone.
And that's clearly, this was good intel, and it was
solid source.
It was a very solid source, and all I can tell you is that obviously it's a coaching decision that they decided, hey, you know what, we're going deep tonight on these kicks.
Well,
and they may have some respect for one of their deep backs that they said, you know what, don't want to get it in his hands. I'm guessing it would probably be 41 maybe. Sawyer, Wilkie, right side, and Minnetonka swarming defense there. Not much doing.
You know, it looked as though that the offensive line had a good push, but Minnetonka had a great second effort to get to the ball carrier.
Wilkie has had the bulk of their carries this year, and so Wilkie's had 151 attempts. He's gained 669 yards. He's a junior, and he's averaging 4.2 yards per carry. Najee Nelson, we've seen him earlier, number 1. Here we go again.
5 touchdowns on the year.
Yep. Oh, now this one's going to be, I think, a false start against Lakeville. And it is. There must be something in the water, Pat.
Something in the air tonight. The linemen can't figure out the cadence. You know, maybe it's the Halloween costumes in the student section.
Could be scary for the guys out there.
You know, my son came dressed, my 11-year-old came dressed as some sort of toxic waste mutant. And
nice.
It's pretty scary.
This one's going to get back to that original line of scrimmage and a couple more. However, Wilkie on the carry again.
Good stop again by the defense.
They're platooning Lewinsky in, you know, and I mean, it's tough to play the whole game. And Ryan Olson comes out for Minnetonka. So this will be about about as big as, maybe not as big as that third down on the other end, but this third and call at 7.5 is a big one.
Another big opportunity for the defense.
Grossman under center. He's going to roll out to his, he's going to throw back again. He's got a man wide open. That's going to be 6 unless something strange happens. Well, great play.
Looks like number 24, Isaiah Harris, got turned around.
Yeah. Well, looked like
And
it wasn't going that way.
running.
Yeah.
He never slowed down. Perfect pass, perfect catch.
Right. He had 4 body lengths on the nearest defender, and
Real heartbreaker for the Skippers after scoring that touchdown.
Well, it is, and it's a momentum swing in the wrong direction if you're a Minnetonka Skippers fan, but can't take anything away from the Panthers. That was a well-designed, well-executed play. And now at the 9:59 mark, the kick is up, and it's good. So at 9:58 left in the game, 17-7, another 10-point deficit that Minnetonka's going to have to work to overcome.
You got a feel for number 24, Isaiah Harris. He appeared to be in position, but his body was just twisted the wrong way.
Well, and that happens, you know. Your feet are pretty, they got to be pointed the right direction to catch a guy that's sprinting like that. And
as a senior, he's played well for the Skippers this year.
Absolutely, had a great year.
Do you get out and watch basketball much?
I don't.
You
In
know,
terms of the Skippers here?
The Minnetonka Skippers are going to have a good basketball team this year.
Well, that's exciting.
Coach Bryce Tesdale's really got a good team going, and
It's nice.
there's going to be some great things happening this year.
Well, that'll be fun. Let's hope we're not talking about it after this game.
But
just
before
yet.
before that happens, we've got a prep bowl to win, Roger.
That's right. Well, again, I've talked about it. You need a little spark from your special teams, Pat.
This would be a great time.
This would be. I'm reminiscent of Jelon Hopkins from Minnetonka, who housed one in the prep bowl on a kickoff, all the way back.
Was that 2017?
2014.
2014.
I'm sorry, 2004 when we won the prep bowl, and he was the halfback. We had him deep, took the kickoff back, first play of the game, as I recall.
Coach Dave Nelson.
That's right. Well, you are staring down 9 minutes and 53 seconds before it's one and done. So offensively here, Minnetonka got to get something going. I'd be surprised to see him not run the ball. Milos shotgun.
Roman back in the game.
Roman back in, replacing, and it is to give to Roman. He's got a nice side on the left. Spins away from one, but certainly not going to hurt his average per carry on that one.
Continues to get 5 yards out of crap.
You bet. The only question you have is, with 9:39 left, do you have time for a long 5-6 minute drive and hope you get the ball back? You checking that Stillwater Brainerd score?
I'm checking it out right now. Stillwater went ahead 24-21.
Oh, there you go. So it's second and call at about 4. Milos and shotgun. Now they don't.
Another hard count by Milos.
No, that one's, well, he signaled. Oh, man. Well, false start Minnetonka.
5-yard penalty. Second down, 9 yards to go.
You know, those are drive killers. You can't get first down. You can't get 5 yards on first down and then have a false start and win ball games. At this level in the playoffs against a really good Lakeville North team, who, despite their record of being a 5 seed.
I hate to be negative, but I think that was the 9th.
Well, I think it might have been. I mean, handoff Johnson again.
Good move to avoid the tackler.
Stiff arms a guy, gets out past the 45.
That's going to be a face mask.
Against.
That's going to be a face mask on Lakeville.
Okay.
It looked like he grabbed him on the tackle. The ref immediately threw the flag.
Well, we need a personal foul, 15-yard gain.
Yep. That's going to be the call.
Yeah, you're right, Pat. Great pickup. Well, and you know,
We need a quick score, get back in this game.
Penalties have played, and you know, Minnetonka's not a very heavily penalized team up till today. And penalties have played a really, and this one, of course, is a catastrophic Lakeville North penalty. So 1st and 10, Minnetonka in Lakeville territory at the 40. This one's jammed up and going to get back to the line of scrimmage and be happy there.
Looks like the ends came in and collapsed that play.
Well, you know, and if your offense, you know, defenses figure that out after a while. So
it just didn't look like the play developed quick enough up the middle.
Agreed. Maybe a little slow off the ball.
Might have been an issue with the handoff.
Richardson wide to the left. Schuster in the slot to the left. Milos keeps it. Got some room. Gets outside the 40 to about the 35.
Clock continues to roll.
Well, the clock, if Minnetonka is unable to score on this particular drive, will become a significant enemy. 3rd and about 5.
Both teams, I believe, with all their timeouts remaining.
Pat, I think you're right on that one.
Apologies, Lakeville North has used 1. Minnetonka with all 3.
All right. Well,
another unfortunate turnover for the Skippers.
And uncharacteristic 2-interception game for Milos. He was playing center field there. I think he had a man open, and I think maybe just a little bit of an errant pass. And Minnetonka's defense forced into action here. Lakeville North section, the student section, smelling blood in the water.
They are feeling it. Doing the bananas chant. Usually you only hear the bananas chant when you're feeling good.
There you go. Well, plenty of time left if Minnetonka can stop them and go 3 and out. I would look for, as much as you don't see a coach do 3 trick plays, I would look for a trick play on this particular series.
Bold call, Roger.
It is.
Big hole.
A huge hole, going to be almost a first down, depending on where they mark it. It'll be short, but it'll be second and less than a yard. We got 7 and 10 in the game left and counting.
Number 41, Sawyer Wilkie, with another good, solid run.
Well, Wilkie's again done the bulk of their carrying. He's a junior. And Lakeville North, not in a hurry to rush up to that line of scrimmage. We're at the 6:47 mark in the 4th quarter. Minnetonka down by 10, 17-7.
As you said earlier, clock is now a significant factor in this game.
Absolutely. Give again to Wilkie. He keeps his legs going. First down.
Luke Larson in on the tackle, had him, but just couldn't bring him down. Wilkie falls ahead.
Well, and again, there's enough time here, Pat, but at the end of the day, that last drive was the drive where you needed some points.
You know, it might have been easier if my name was Mike.
Right.
Or
then I wouldn't have
Steve.
two. I wouldn't have a
Pat and
Peter
Paul.
and a Pat.
Peter, Pat, Paul.
Maybe Mary could come in. But anyway, here we go. 1st and 10. 6:07 left in the game. Content to give it to Wilkie on the right side. Chunk, you know, gain of about 7 there, Pat.
Clock continues to run. I think it's too early to start using timeouts. We just need to stop.
That's right. It is. You know, we're at the, 5:45 mark in the 4th quarter. Down by 10 points. Jackson Woodley checking in for a little more beef. Minnetonka decides that they're going to plug up the middle with some big bodies. And but you know, this is a free down. You know, 2nd and about 5, you could do a lot of different things here. 5:23 and counting. I formation. Grossman under center all night long. Handoff, fake handoff, getting chased, throws it away.
Oh.
Almost one-hands that one. Unbelievable, almost catch.
Excellent pursuit by number 41, Malachi Bodie. Malachi, a sophomore, being called up this year. earn the starting role about halfway through the season. Woodley's back off the field now in their standard defensive package. Big third down here for the Skippers.
Little pitch, swing out. He avoids it, but he's going to have a first down.
Senior captain Najee Nelson with the first down carry.
Well, it's been Nelson and Wilkie really all night when they're using their ground game, Pat.
Really impressive skills at the offensive skill position from Lakeville North tonight.
You bet. Well, and Minnetonka's catching a team that's had 2 wins in a row after 5 losses, and that's a tough time. But credit the Panthers here. Maintain control all game. This one here is
this is trouble.
going to be
This is trouble.
that could be the nail in the coffin. This could be one and done here for Minnetonka.
Got an injured player on the field.
Tobias Williams on the stop, but not before they gain all kinds of yards. And we got a Panther down on the field.
Looks like it's the big tackle, number 68, Carter.
Okay.
Tate Anderberg.
Anderberg, I remember, who had to do that hold to save his quarterback once, and but certainly been a pretty good player here for them all year long that I can gather. 4:25 left. The ball is going to be on the 11-yard line. At this stage of the game, down by 10, you needed kind of a turnover. And now Lakeville North's been the benefactor of several turnovers, 2 interceptions. I don't expect to see the Panthers put the ball in the air here at the 11, but you can hope for a strip or something like that from the defensive side of the ball.
With 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to go, the Panthers are definitely going to be running the ball and try to grind this clock out.
Sure,
and they've been successful on this drive.
This has been a good drive for them off in between the tackles as well and around the ends.
Mixing it up with Najee Nelson and Sawyer Wilkie, it's been a good mix. Najee's had a great drive.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Riley Grossman, the sophomore quarterback, you got to give him some credit for.
He's had poise.
You bet.
He looks like he belongs here.
He does. Motion to the left, single setback. It is given to the single setback, and he's going to get about 4.
And the holes continue to look wider.
They do.
Minnetonka's got to dig in.
A score here, of course, is basically game over.
I agree.
10 points, 10-point deficit at 3:51 you could overcome, but a 6-point, add another 7 to this one, and you're at 17 points, less than 3 minutes left. It's
nothing short of a miracle to come back from
well,
that.
and it's going to be put in your seniors that aren't playing, and is at the end of the day at least under 2 minutes. So,
but do you remember? Was it 3 or 4 years ago when Maple Grove came back from 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in the playoffs?
I do remember that.
It can be done.
So that's right. Give off the right side, not going to get in, going to be short, going to bring up a 3rd and goal, but it'll be 3rd and goal. Minnetonka decides to take a timeout, Pat.
Well, interesting spot for the defense. You've got to stop this first down.
Well, if your point is if somehow you could stop this 3rd and short, right, and settle for a field goal and be down 13.
It's a 2-score game. It's
Yep.
not entirely unplausible.
Oh no, and
with Milos at quarterback
well, he's got the deep ball.
and the receiver weapons.
Right, agreed.
A quick score gets us right back into this game, but the defense has to hold.
Yep, they have to. They can give up 3, but they cannot give up a touchdown. Well, that D-line is going to have to really hold here.
3rd and 1 from the 2-yard line.
I look for something outside the edge, Pat, or a pass here.
They've been good off the tackles all night.
I know it. I expect the unexpected. Edgy, short, going to be 4th down. Another timeout for Minnetonka.
Great stop by the defense.
Tremendous.
From this angle, it looked like he was going in.
So, but did they get inside the 1st down yardage? So was it 3rd and 1 and they can still get a 1st down, Pat?
It looks like it. The down
Yeah.
marker's showing us 1st down.
Yeah.
It is indeed 1st and goal.
Well, another tall order. So it's 1st and goal at the 1, less than the 1 actually. Clock is running.
1 timeout. Skippers with 2 timeouts left. I believe it should only be 1 timeout.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Touchdown. Well,
Not what we wanted to see.
no,
It's going to be tough for the Skippers to come back from that.
right. And now you're playing for pride. You're playing for next year maybe. But you know what? We've seen crazy things happen at all kinds of levels. And I don't think the Skippers will give up, even though they'll be down by 2+ scores, right? That'll be. The kick is up, and it's good. So with 2:26 left, Minnetonka's going to have to put together some kind of miracle comeback, have an onside kick, and have some more miracles.
Turnovers and penalties.
Well, you know, Pat, that's the entire synopsis of the game in a nutshell. 2 interceptions, a pretty critical fumble in scoring positions. And you can't do that when you're playing a team that's been used to playing Lakeville South, Eden Prairie, really some of the best in the league this year, because they will take advantage of that. And 7 to 9 illegal procedure calls.
Football's a game of possession.
It is. And when you lose possessions on turnovers, you're giving your opponent kind of bonus carries, bonus yards, bonus everything.
Bonus time on the field.
Right. Now Lakeville North has been kind of a pooch type kick here
I
on
think
this.
right about now is time for that big play we've been talking about all night, Roger.
It'd be really great. Well, there's going to be a personal foul there, and it may be offsetting, and refs are going to take control of this game here at the end. And
some Skippers frustrated on the field.
Well, I'm not sure if this is going to be on Skippers, to tell you the truth. Personal foul against Lakeville.
North.
That's what I thought.
And Minnetonka.
Is there offsetting?
Offsetting
okay.
penalties.
All right, so
tension's running high.
you bet. Nobody interested in leaving with a loss, and
for our seniors, this may be the last time they're on the football field.
Well, and we can't say enough good things about Lewinsky, Eggert, Sinkin,
Aiden Boley,
Gian. The senior class has been a good leadership class, and
and we're proud
Jacob
of them.
McCullough, right?
Jacob McCullough.
I mean, there's more seniors that we haven't mentioned, but they've got nothing to be ashamed of. Just too many mistakes in this particular game, but we've got 2 minutes left. 2:26. Milos looking over the middle. Well,
I believe that's what's called a game killer.
well,
Third interception of the night, 3rd turnover of the night.
When it goes wrong, Pat, it goes wrong. Well, and again, trying to force something, and You know, that could have been a mix-up on the route, but that wasn't close, really.
Captain Najee Nelson with another big play for the Panthers. He's been really impressive tonight.
Yeah, he has done a nice job. Well, yeah, I was just looking to see if I could get a stat on
You know, I don't know what my Halloween costume is yet. I've been invited to a party tomorrow night, and it's supposed to be a couples party.
tonight.
My wife and I were Packer fans last year,
Okay.
and we were forced out of the party by a number of Viking faithful.
Well, that's okay.
Wilkie ball carrier. Harris contributes on the play to make the
2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. We have 2nd and 9. Ball on the 44-yard line as the seconds tick away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, not going to go
Lakeville
the way.
North staring down a possible game with Stillwater in the next round.
Lots of sponsors that have been our scoreboard sponsors, and Minnesota Outboard, Camp Smile.
You know, it's been a special season this year with our new scoreboard. Thanks to everybody who, the Touchdown Club and all of the donors, including the Minnetonka Diamond Club, for putting together the resources to get this special piece of the technology for our football program.
Well, it's been great.
Lakeville looking to grind the clock out. Looks like Minnetonka's going to call timeout.
Yeah.
Ryan Olsen on the tackle for Minnetonka. Timeout. Minnetonka their third and final timeout.
You know, if this game doesn't go well for the Skippers, like it's looking like it's not, we got to be really proud of these kids.
Well, I think it's been a very successful season. They played a good year. It's a young team still, but I'll tell you what, we've had great senior leadership, a lot of great seniors on the squad, and
Really proud of all these
yeah,
kids.
they should be. And, you know, Jacob and Aiden, Bennett Worry, just an awful lot of great seniors, good senior leadership.
You know, I want to give a special shout out to number 80, Elijah Gottru. Elijah broke his ankle in the second game of the year, and he was unable to finish out the senior year. He's on the sideline in crutches right now, and want to wish him the best as he goes on as a graduating senior. Oh no!
Yeah, Lakeville North punctuates the victory with another touchdown here in the late going. And, that will certainly
The
put an
defense
exclamation
spent a lot of time on the field tonight.
Can't have your defense on the now we got a flag. I didn't see the call, Pat. How about you? I think they're going to bring this one back.
It looks like they're going to bring it back.
Holding is the call against Lakeville North.
Well, no wonder they scored. I'm jesting, of course, so
It's easy to score when you hold.
there you go. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, it's been all Lakeville North. And Minnetonka can take responsibility for a lot of their mental mistakes and the penalties and some turnovers. But we're going to give good credit to Lakeville North, and they came to play, and they basically dominated within a few exceptions where we got within striking distance. But they've led from the very get-go, and not really been challenged from a points perspective.
Didn't make a lot of mistakes tonight.
No, they didn't. Two minutes left. Give around the right side. Gain of about 10 at least. Ball is in bounds. Going to keep the clock moving. Minnetonka without any timeouts. And
Lakeville North student section singing the goodbye song.
well, another senior, Cosmo Guion, who's had a tremendous year. Really played strong
Tremendous.
for 2 years, right?
Tremendous.
And
he should be proud of his accomplishments
Absolutely.
as a Minnetonka football player.
You bet. .121 and counting. Lakeville, of course, not in a hurry here to bring this ball in play. And frankly, is there a timeout on the – no, there's not. So I think they're going to be taking a delay. They're going to take a timeout. And I expect to see Minnetonka make some significant substitutions at this point of the game. Pat,
Put some of your seniors in.
you bet.
I see number 15, Vito Ciola, out there. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. It's number 14,
Gerkink.
James Gerkink, a senior.
I'll put them all in, guys. That's kind of the position I'm in now.
Cool story about number 15, Vito Ciola. Vito Ciola, a baseball player, has never played football. Decided to go out his senior year. His friends
Awesome.
played on the team, and he decided he wanted to be with his friends.
Yeah, that's great.
He got to start in the Roseville game and play the entire game as cornerback. Made a couple great tackles.
Well, that's a feel-good story. Well, I see Jackson Woodley out there, who's got a lot of time on the jumbo package, but oh wow.
Well, that last flag kind of embodied the game. Penalties, mistakes.
Yeah. You and now, and you know, the only good news about that is it got
Got us some substitutions.
so Hallman in, and
Ciola in.
Ciola in, who you just spoke about. Cosmos go off, and you know what? He should feel proud of his senior year. Did a great job. Pretty disappointing for the seniors to finish this way. And at this point, Lakeville's just going to take a knee. And
they're going to run the clock out.
Let the clock run down. Well,
You know, and I want to say it's been an honor to be in here with you and your handler, Lisa, the brains of the operation. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. And it doesn't bother me that you called me Peter or Paul or
Peter, Paul, and Mary. It's one of my favorite groups from the 70s.
I feel at home being here with you
should
too.
be,
So
Pat.
thank you for the opportunity.
You know what? And I told Tony on the way at halftime, I said, how's Pat doing? I said, he's doing great. He's smooth as silk. Terrific color man. Great to have him in the booth. You did a nice job. Added a lot of nice flavor to the game. So thank you for
having me.
being here.
Thank
Well, that is the end of the game, folks. We have 17 seconds left on the clock, but the referees are going to let this one kind of wind out when the players shake hands. So your final here from Minnetonka. Minnetonka 7, Lakeville North 24. Not the way you had hoped it had gone if you're a Skipper fan, but Lakeville North will advance against the winner of Stillwater and Brainerd. And
Looks like
that
Stillwater's
looks like
winning.
Stillwater now. But
We're
and Grant would like to say thanks for his production skills this year. Our cameraman tonight is Henry. Henry's done a nice job and a great job for us. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Any parting thoughts, Pat?
We're proud of these kids, proud of the seniors, and we're looking forward to being back here next year with a new team and a great outlook.
Well, from Minor Anderson, that's our final tonight, folks. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe. Good night, everybody.